Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. We knew from the moment Sharon blacked out and woke up to Heather's dead body that there were going to be some crazy twists and turns in this story before all was said and done. And that was before we knew Jordan and Ian were involved. After Sharon dumping Heather's body and framing Daniel for the murder, a near-fatal car crash involving Phyllis, a shocking confession, and a stunning reveal about Sharon's meds. Well, the next twist is a doozy. We claimed in the headline that the next unbelievable twist would rock one certain person, and it's the truth, but it's also going to turn the world upside down for the entirety of the two families most affected by this storyline, Sharon's and Phyllis. Why? Because everything they thought to be true is about to change again. Crazy Aunt Jordan's latest report to Ian Ward was not encouraging. Thanks to Nick, Sharon's meds have been tested, and as she so tellingly warned her co-conspirator, they know about the PCP. We learned that Jordan somehow had been accessing Sharon's pills and dusting them with the drug, which led to her hallucinating and acting aggressive, and which accounts for the behavior that led her to the confrontation with Heather in the apartment on that fateful night. Although Jordan assured her partner in crime that there was no way the PCP plot could be traced back to them, Ian nonetheless warned her that she had better do something to ensure that the police didn't find their way to the door of their sad little motel room. Jordan is nothing if not crafty, and will need to come up with a way to throw the authorities off track. Taking a page from Sharon's book, there's no better way to get away with something, or at least try to, than to pin it on someone else. The question Sharon and her family keep asking out loud: who'd do this? Who would hate me, Sharon, enough to do this? Jordan's task now is to provide an answer to that question that will satisfy both them and Chance. Given the cop's penchant for not looking deeper than the first piece of evidence he finds, this should be child's play for Claire's crazy aunt, the scapegoat that she will choose to frame as the guilty party. It seems obvious given that this person is already doing a bang-up job of demonstrating that they hate Sharon enough to have gone to such an extreme to hurt her. Yep, we're talking about Phyllis. If our hunch is correct, Jordan will make it look like Phyllis laced Sharon's pills with PCP. Chance and the others will no doubt jump on this explanation given their history of animosity. And just like that, this whole case and the families involved will be turned upside down once again. Who knows how long they'll be forced to live yet another lie by Jordan and Ian until the truth inevitably emerges. Daniel and Summer will suddenly be blaming their mother for setting this whole thing in motion and causing Heather's death, and Nick, Faith, and Maria will blame her for everything Sharon has gone through. The tables will turn completely and rock her world, 'cause with her track record, no one is gonna believe Red when she claims she's being set up. What a mess. The atmosphere in Genoa City had always been a swirling vortex of ambition, deception, and power plays. But today, the air crackled with tension as a web of lies unraveled, pulling Phyllis Summers and Jordan Stark into a high-stakes game of betrayal. The question on everyone's lips was simple but devastating. Who would pay the price? Phyllis Summers had been through her share of turmoil, but nothing could have prepared her for this. As CEO of Marchetti, she had navigated countless corporate battles with a razor-sharp wit and unyielding determination. But lately, strange occurrences had begun to plague her. Anonymous emails accused her of embezzlement, crucial documents disappeared, and whispers of betrayal circulated through the office halls. Meanwhile, Jordan Stark lurked in the shadows, a master manipulator with a vendetta. Having recently returned to Genoa City, he carried a grudge against Phyllis that stretched back years. Their paths had crossed during a volatile deal where Phyllis had exposed Jordan's unethical practices, effectively ruining his career. Now, Jordan was determined to destroy her. Jordan's plan was meticulous. He hired a team of hackers to forge financial records, linking Phyllis to a series of fraudulent transactions. Using his charm and guile, he manipulated key players in Marchetti, planting seeds of doubt about Phyllis's loyalty. To the outside world, it appeared that Phyllis had crossed a line, but only Jordan knew the truth. Phyllis's world began to crumble when the FBI launched an investigation. Agents raided Marchetti's offices, confiscating computers and files. The board demanded answers, and the media swarmed like vultures. Phyllis maintained her innocence, but the mounting evidence painted a damning picture. Adding to her woes, her daughter Summer Newman and closest ally, Nick Newman, started to doubt her. "Mom," Summer pleaded, her voice trembling. If there's something you're not telling us, now is the time. I'm being set up, Phyllis exclaimed, her fiery determination flaring. I've fought too hard to let someone destroy me now. But who could be behind it? Phyllis racked her brain, retracing her steps and revisiting past conflicts. When Jordan's name surfaced, it sent a chill down her spine. She remembered his sinister smile and the way he thrived on chaos. Could he really be pulling the strings? Determined to clear her name, Phyllis enlisted the help of Kevin Fisher, a former hacker turned cybersecurity expert. Together, they began piecing together the puzzle. Kevin discovered anomalies in Marchetti's financial systems, all leading back to Jordan. Jordan, however, was one step ahead. When Phyllis confronted him at Crimson Lights, he feigned innocence with infuriating ease. Phyllis, he said, sipping his espresso, if you're looking for someone to blame, maybe you should take a good, hard look in the mirror. I know what you've done, Jordan, Phyllis hissed. And when I prove it, you'll wish you'd never set foot in Genoa City. But as Phyllis's investigation gained momentum, so did Jordan's counterattacks. He orchestrated a media leak, releasing fake documents that seemingly confirmed Phyllis's guilt. Public opinion turned against her, and even her closest allies began to waver. The breaking point came when Phyllis was arrested. Handcuffed and paraded before reporters, she maintained her composure, but her eyes burned with defiance. This isn't over, she declared as cameras flashed. I'll prove my innocence, no matter what it takes. In jail, Phyllis found unlikely support from Amanda Sinclair, her former lawyer and confidant. Amanda agreed to take on her case, believing in her friend's innocence. Together, they dissected the evidence, finding cracks in Jordan's carefully constructed facade. Meanwhile, Kevin uncovered a critical piece of evidence, a recording of Jordan bragging about his scheme to an accomplice. Armed with this smoking gun, Amanda filed a motion to have the charges against Phyllis dropped. In a dramatic courtroom showdown, Amanda presented the recording, along with a detailed timeline of Jordan's actions. The evidence was irrefutable. The judge dismissed the charges against Phyllis, and the courtroom erupted in chaos. Jordan's smug demeanor crumbled as FBI agents escorted him out in handcuffs. But even as justice was served, the scars of his betrayal lingered. Outside the courthouse, Phyllis faced the press, her head held high. To anyone who doubted me, she said, I hope you've learned that the truth always comes out. Back at Marchetti, Phyllis resumed her role with renewed vigor. The ordeal had tested her resilience, but it had also reaffirmed her strength. She vowed to be more cautious, knowing that enemies could strike from the least expected places. As for Jordan, he sat in a prison cell, plotting his next move. His vendetta against Phyllis was far from over. But for now, Genoa City could breathe easy, knowing that justice had prevailed, at least for a while. And so, the restless lives of Genoa City's denizens continued, with new battles on the horizon and old rivalries simmering just beneath the surface. For Phyllis Summers, the fight was never truly over, but she wouldn't have it any other way.